I'm here to tell you the story of a young woman named Psyche and the well-known god Cupid. But wait, you don't know anything about Roman myths and legends. The Roman myths and legends were rather unoriginal. Most were based off of the myths of the Greeks, much like their gods. Many of the myths and legends known today came from the books Metamorphoses and the Aeneid. These books contain Roman stories about supernatural beings and phenomena that occurred during and before the reign of the Roman Empire. Before being written into books, these myths were told orally to provide moral guidance and sway political beliefs. The story of Cupid and Psyche is no different. Written by Lucius Apuleius in the 2nd century AD, this book tells the story of forbidden love and crazy gods. Once upon a time, in a faraway empire called Rome, there was a beautiful young woman. Her name was Psyche. Although Psyche was the prettiest woman in all the lands, she remained unwed, unlike her sister, much to her parents' dismay. In a desperate effort to find their daughter a suitor, they approached an oracle to learn their beloved daughter's fate.
Do you want to know your future? Oh, Oracle, tell me the fate of my darling daughter.
She will marry a vile and monstrous winged serpent that Jupiter himself fears. Dress her as one in the morning and send her to the top of the mountain.
So Psyche's parents at once did as the oracle said and sent Psyche to a faraway mountaintop. When Psyche reached the top of the mountain, she was quite surprised when the wind picked her up and carried her to a beautiful, seemingly unoccupied palace.
Hello? Anyone home?
Come, Psyche, your husband awaits.
What husband? Who is that?
The master of this palace, your husband requests your presence immediately, and he does not enjoy waiting.
Psyche was rushed around by invisible servants, making her presentable for a beautiful banquet. Servants waited on her, hand and foot, and the orchestra played heavenly songs.
I'm tired. It has to be time for bed now.
There we go. Hello, my dear Psyche.
Who's there?
It is merely I, your husband. Do not be afraid of me. I will not harm you.
Why can I not see you?
It's a simple matter, really. If you see me, our future child will be nearly human. However, if you never see my face, our child will be a god, a great and powerful and beautiful child.
Over the following days, Psyche and her husband grew to know each other and fell in love. However, Psyche became homesick, missing her sisters.
My sisters.
You have asked for days now. If that is what you truly want, then that is what you will receive.
Thank you.
Her sisters arrived and took in the magnificent palace. They were instantly full of jealousy.
This place is beautiful.
I bet he's fat and ugly, maybe rich, but I bet he is the monster the oracle predicted she'd marry.
Shh! There she is.
Sisters, you're here!
You have such a lovely home. But where's your husband? Is he here?
He's away on business.
Is he ugly, fat, mean, unable to conceive children?
No, he's handsome and he's young and he's perfect and he loves me and I love him.
You haven't seen him, have you? Huh. He is the oracle, the monster the oracle.
He's not!
Hearing her sister's cruel words, Psyche began to believe them. Gullible and frightened for her safety, she decided to see her husband's face for the first time. After her husband fell asleep, Psyche took a candle and shone it to his face. Her husband had really been the god Cupid. Feeling betrayed by his beloved wife, Cupid fled, leaving a heartbroken Psyche stood near the water's edge, plotting her own death. Meanwhile, Word spread to Psyche's family that she had been married to the son of Venus, Cupid. Her sisters grew jealous and angry. Their husbands were ugly mortals, and they wanted Cupid for themselves. Who they deemed unworthy, they too attempted the same jump that Psyche left. However, their suicides were successful. What no mortal knew, not even Psyche, was that the marriage between Cupid and Psyche wasn't chance. It was all part of a vengeful plan. Cupid's mother, Venus, was the goddess of beauty and a very jealous woman. Venus saw how beautiful Psyche was, and she plotted against her. She would send her son and his magical love arrows to make her fall in love with a hideous monster. However, Cupid, in awe of Psyche's beauty, dropped the arrow and struck himself. Thus, he fell madly in love with Psyche.
Okay.
Since Cupid failed his simple task, his mother took matters into her own hands. She chose instead to give young Psyche a series of tests to prove whether she was worthy of Venus's son. When Psyche came to the gods, Venus awaited her with a list of tasks to complete.
Slave, I have an important gathering to attend to. See to it that this pile of food is sorted. Oh, I see you've finished. Fine. Bring me wool from the sheep down the stream.
Yes, madame. Where's our gold sheet? Ah.
Okay. Now go to the underworld and bring me Proserpina's beauty.
So Psyche traveled to the underworld and filled the box with beauty, but doubt filled her mind.
Maybe if I take this for myself, Cupid will come back for me.
By opening the box, Psyche triggered a fatal sleep. Cupid came to her seemingly lifeless body.
Oh, Psyche, how could you do this? Did you not know I loved you the way you were?
Upon hearing Cupid profess his love, Psyche awoke from her sleep. Having proved that she was worthy, Venus turned Psyche into a god and blessed their future child, Pleasure. Well, I hope this story was a pleasure to sit through, and they all lived happily ever after. The end. The story of Cupid and Psyche covers an idea that many Roman myths do not. The idea that true love conquers all. Even though other men treated Psyche like a goddess, Cupid was able to see her for who she truly was, a lonely, beautiful girl. Along with this, Psyche also proves that true love is something that is worth fighting for, no matter what the odds. So Psyche managed to get what few mortals have ever achieved, true love and divinity. Through teaching the importance of true love and fighting for what you believe in, the myth of Cupid and Psyche fits well into the Roman myths and legends, providing moral guidance for generations to come. And now that story time is over, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Toodles.